Innovation today, we meet Murtaza Ibrahim, and he's going to tell us about the innovations he's been doing with smart tools for conferences and meetings. My name is Yvonne Msimoseng. Welcome to Innovation. Murtaza, this is not the first time I've been to visit you. It's been a journey, and where you right now, from where you started, I've seen that you've done quite a great deal. You had a small workshop, but now we've come to this smart room here. Exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting. Thank you for being here. You know the journey. I think you are the few people who know where I started from. So the day if we make it, you will be like the storyteller that you know where we come from. So even with the technologies, you understand very well that where we started from in terms of the screens, the touch interfaces and whatnot. And yeah, today we are here with a complete solution. So we started with prototyping, and then we went now into developing like a complete solution. So the first solution that we launched this year was a fully interactive conference room solution, which is here.
Maybe just to remind us, how did you start this journey with this tool here?
Okay, so there was a huge gap. The gap was first, all the hardware that were available here, the solutions, were imported. So everything was being brought out, and these brands were huge brands. Secondly, these brands limit you from doing anything. So when you have their solution, you have to use them completely. You're tied to them. So that's another challenge. Thirdly, when you go to a meeting, there are issues with casting. You can't cast your laptops, you can't cast your phones, so there are limitations there. But again, when you had their solution, you need to mix up things, like you have a camera from a different vendor, you have a speaker from a different vendor, you have a screen from a different vendor. So you had to source a lot of things, HDMI from a different vendor, so many wires involved. There was another challenge. And lastly, you had to get a lot of things to get your meeting started. So probably you're doing a discussion, so you need to have a whiteboard or a chart, a flip chart, to do your discussions. So it was not digitized. So what we did is, I said, no, there is a problem here. We already had this, the solution in terms of touch screens and whatnot. The interactive part was already done. We were developing our own circuits by then, so our motherboards were developed by us. So we were already at a stage of now, assembling all those into a solution. That's where the idea of a fully interactive, all-in-one conference solution that came up. Yeah.
What should one expect, once they get something like this? You said it's a one solution, but who exactly are you targeting here?
Okay, so the target would be businesses, NGOs, government as well. So I think there's a requirement by the government as well right now that there's too much expenses in moving around people, take someone from this area to another just to do a conference or to attend a meeting. So this now becomes like a savior for them. Just install this one solution there, and you don't need to move around. So there's less, movement. So there's an implication on cost. So less movement of people saves time. So target would be anyone that's looking to increase their collaboration. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see how it actually works. So can you take us through this?
Sure. So this screen right here has two operating systems. So considering the digitization right now, you can either the most likely operating systems are Windows or Android. These are the most popular ones. So here we have two operating systems. So here you have the Android one, and here you have the Windows one. So with a click of button, you are on the Windows side. So here you are on the Windows side right now. So any Windows application can be run through this system. So you don't need to connect to any external hardware such as a laptop or a tablet, nothing. Everything can be done here. Or on the other hand, if you have a mobile app that's on Android, it's simple here. You just install it like how you install in any other device, and you have your applications here. So you don't need any other third-party device again. But then some of the few amazing features of this product is that you can also convert the same screen into a writing board. So say now you have this converted into a writing board. So now you can convert this, select the choice of the color of the pen you want, and you can just write. So now this has turned into a writing board. But also what you can do is sharing. Now how do I share this? So it's very simple. What you do is just come here, click the QR section, and within a few clicks, Yeah, you have your QR code. So now the documents we have discussed here can easily be shared through a QR code. So if you have a smartphone, scan this QR code and you have the whole document on your side with your team. So there is no, don't need any flash drives or you don't need any external, just scan the code and you have, the document on your side.
Is it interactive?
Yes, it's fully interactive. So even if you don't have a stylus pen, you can still use your
Finger?
Yeah, your finger. So this guy, Steve Jobs, used to say that the stylus pen that we are born with is the finger. So you can still use your finger and still get your work done.
Okay.
So this becomes a fully interactive whiteboard. Yeah. There are many other features like casting features. You can cast everything through wireless or through our given dongle. So you don't need any wires or HDMI cables to connect to the system. You can also share your screen to the other third-party screen.
What about the video conferencing?
Yes, for the video conferencing, so here if you see now we have one wire here which is now gone. So now the one we have developed now has cameras embedded into the body, and we have the one we are developing now. We keep on developing, improving our product. So here now we have the microphones inserted within the frame, and for the conferencing with a few clicks of button, you have your conferencing ready.
Yeah, I can see my camera person, I can see myself.
Yeah.
We're in the shot.
So this becomes the conferencing solution part as well. So it's fully functional.
Okay, so we're looking at the market in Tanzania right now. Are we ready for such solutions?
Yes. So if you are ready or not, I think there is a population or there is a segment that already is ready. There is a segment that needs to be pampered. There's a process, but we have solved. Actually, the mindset of the government side is changing. We have been engaged with a lot of sectors in the government as well to deploy such solutions. So there is a population that is ready. There is a population that we need to groom, because it's a habit now you need to build, right? We are used to processes, long processes. We're used to so much paperwork. Now it's changing, and I'm glad to be part of the journey of changing that mindset and the way we change how marketing was done in Tanzania and how it's done now. So we have been part of the journey of changing how things are done. So we are in a good stage.
As you said, it's been a journey, but when it comes to actually putting together such tools, when we're looking at the materials, the availability of the equipment that you need to be able to put something together, is it available, or do you have to sort of have it done elsewhere and bring it back here?
So good question. Up till now we are managing it now in-house. We are trying to do that.
I'm thinking about the market. Once it grows, will you be able to meet the demand?
No. That's the truth, and I don't think any other. So what we are doing is we are learning. We're learning how the process works. Once we're familiar with that, or like how any other company does, we will shift to a third party to actually manufacture this in large scale. I don't think we are ready for that. So we are now able to manage this because it's small scale yet. But if it grows to that volume, I think there is always a partnership that we'll look into, growing. You can't do everything then. We'll probably outsource some of the things that we do, probably here or in China. Probably even here it's possible someone to support you with the fabrication, but we are doing the fabrication right now in-house because the volumes are small. And we do not have, even right now currently if you see, we don't have the SMT machines to make the circuits. So we are currently making them by hand. And then if it's like 20 or 30 pieces, we send our drawings to China, make the circuits, and the circuit boards come in, and then we do the installations.
So how long will it take, to be able to put a piece like this together?
So since we know everything, we have the blueprint, doesn't take even more than like 2-3 days because it's everything is available.
Is that easy?
It's that easy. So it took us 2 years to get it to 3 days.
2-3 days?
Yes, it took us 2 years. You were here, so it's two years of hard work in prototyping, vending machines, self-dispensing kiosks, queue management systems, photo machines. We have so much of that we have built in that time, and then now we are into solutions. So it took us a time, and now we are able to do it very quickly. But yes, in the longer run, I don't think we'll be able to do everything in-house. We'll have to send out some of the work, and we focus on few things which are building the brand. I think that's what everyone does. Even if you look at Samsung, if you look at Apple, you look at any other company, they would have facilities outside where there are better options in producing in mass, right? Because it's not just it's not just the equipment. There's so many things that go into this. The camera, the microphones, there's the touch interface, there's the operating systems, there's the fabrication, there are buttons. There's too much going on inside this. You can't do it. Yeah. Right now it's very easy because we are still a startup, and things are very small volume. In the larger volume, and anyone going into B2C, I believe that we'll go into the consumer market later on. We can't do it. The consumer market is huge and it's demanding. So we'll have to outsource some of the things outside. But after building the brand, we're currently building the brand. We're trying to gain the trust as well, that if you see Moran, might be a bit costly, or it's not a cheap product. We are not cheap. We are affordable. But
it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's
value for money.
Yes, and we are selling an experience. We are not just selling a product. We are selling an experience. So if you have this, I want you to feel good about having this product, and then it minimizes a lot of your hassles that you have. So we are selling an experience. In that area, we're building a brand which is truly African, it's truly Tanzanian. That's, I think, the area that I'm currently focusing on, building the brand, building the trust. People need to trust you. So once that's done, then going into even the consumer market becomes very easy.
And the team is purely Tanzanian.
Yeah, everybody.
Young Tanzanians are involved in this project. I met them, the young boys, So, is this the end of this, or are you going to continue working on it? Because I know, as you said, it's been a 2-year journey. So, if you'd like to improve on it, what would you like to add on to this one?
So we've already done. So the camera right now is outside, and the microphones are outside. But now what we have done is, in the next phase, in the next 1 month, 1 or so months, we'll have everything within the frame. So we've now already improved that. I would also want to improve, get rid of the frames and get a capacitance touch sort of thing. So yeah, it will continue developing. I'll continue growing and developing this product. We can't be stuck. And that's where, because of that reason, I'm trying to surpass my competitors, because they're stuck.
Good for you. Okay, so we've seen this tool, and there's more to come in innovation. We're going to be moving on to the photo booth itself, so keep watching innovation. So among the solutions that we're looking at today is the photo booth. This is something that I've seen before. It was last year. It was still in the sort of like prototyping, I think it was. But now it is actually completed and it's working. It looks really sophisticated, as you can see for yourselves. So tell us about that journey from the prototyping to where we are today.
Yes, so you were there, we started with wood. We had a wooden frame, and then there was a TV attached to it, and then we were taking photos. But people appreciated that, and we were doing events with that. And then later on, we made a proper frame from aluco bone and a steel frame, and then that was also working. We used it for around a year. And then I said, no, now we need to upgrade. We can't be staying there and there only. So we now that came up with this one. So this is it's a total revolution from where we started from. That had a lot of frames, now this is totally frameless. The mirror is much more better in terms of, like, if you stand here. So it's a mirror that takes a photo. That's the whole concept here. It's a mirror that takes a photo. Even in the previous ones, you see the printer was outside. You have to put a printer, connect the cables, and so this now you don't need to do that, because
everything is installed inside.
Everything is inside. The whole system is installed inside. So the functionality is very simple. You just click here. So it will take a photo with a count of 3. You can add animations. You could add filters to this. You could do pretty much anything. Yes, already taken a picture of the background there. Yes, here. I can see your head though.
Not a very good picture.
So here there is a photo like we have taken of the TV, and what happens is now you can also zoom in. You could also add filters if you want, like mustache and whatnot for parties. You could add branding here, so you could add logos here. So each photo is customized when it's printed. So it's very easy. So you come here, you accept, and then within like few seconds, you'll have the photo. So it's telling you photos are
printing already.
Photos are printing. So it will take around few seconds until the photo is printed. Where we do events, and this was for rental purposes. So when we go to the events, we hire them. So that was the whole idea. But now since we have kept it here, it's something that we would look into put in the market where people can buy and then do a business out of this. Rental for weddings, send-offs, graduation, all that stuff. This could be used. So now they can buy and it could be an income for them. Yeah, so this is one of the machine or the technology that we are pushing right now.
So do you think it's more like more like entertainment?
Yeah, this is more like more like an entertainment side of the business. Yes.
But who else do you think can also use something like this?
So, okay, good question. So this was just the functionality of this, but it could be applied anywhere. Like take an example of NIDA. You go to NIDA today, you have to queue, okay? So even the queuing system, so it's a hassle. And look at when you get your card. So it takes 6 to 8 months sometimes to get your card. Now imagine if we build a machine like this and put it there at NIDA, okay, like the stations of NIDA, or we can create some, like Tamisemi has huge reach. Keep every machine at a Wilayani area, and then what happens is we can create the KYC for them. So someone comes, puts a fingerprint, takes a photo. If you need a signature, it signs there. Everything can be done within that machine, and within few clicks, you have your card printed. So you wouldn't have to wait for a NIDA card for forever, like 6 months, or sometimes it takes a lot of time. So here, some similar machine can be built for NIDA as well. So you can have your cards and your photos can be printed, within few clicks.
And putting it together, can you get the materials here to put it together, or do you have also to import it?
Yeah, so we have to. So the technology still remains the same. So there is the screen here. There is a mirror. Mirrors are available here. So mirrors, we don't import mirrors. Mirrors are available here. We have a supplier that does that. Screen, we build our own. Currently, we build our not build but assemble our own screens here. The components are from China.
What kind of challenges do you think that you face, in putting such technology like this in Tanzania?
So for this, it was not that much of a challenge because it's something new and people love taking photos here. So it was much more. In terms of explaining it to people, wasn't hard. I think the hard part was developing it and probably the price point as well. Because we can't narrow down so much on the pricing in terms of rental. But it was not a challenge in terms of the market. Market understood it. So it was something that people love taking photos. So we have a better solution for them.
Okay, better solutions. Is this it, or are you still working on it to come up with more features maybe? Should we expect something more with this photo booth?
No, I think,
You're done with it?
This, I think we are good because it's not a mass product. It's not something that we want to put so much of investment into this. It's a product that is already there, but it helps us, because we have done, as I said, we have done self-dispensing. So self-dispensing, touch, operating system with photos. You combine all the technology, bring a dispensing for SIM cards, bring dispensing for ID cards, driving license. Driving license is actually there's another
Another one, yeah.
Yeah, it's another area that we can tap in. That you need to do driving licenses. That someone comes to renew, you don't need to go through all that process. The UI is there. You can pay here. You can just pay through your mobile money. Take your fingerprints, takes your photo, and print and give you your driving license. Yeah.
Okay, so it means that you can actually pay, make payments through this system.
Yeah, it's very easy. We can do that because our vending machines have cashless payment system. We don't accept cash, so it's possible to have a payment system within the same interface.
Okay, looks brilliant. Okay, maybe you can take us through the procedures of how to actually use it.
Okay, so it's very simple. This is the main UI. It tells you touch here to start. So as soon as you touch, you would have to.
Come here. Yeah. All right. So it's already taken a picture of me. Okay. Okay. I can see what.
So here is your photo taken. You can edit these photos. You can add, you can add filters to this. You can edit anything here, like as an add-on, like. If there's a party or there's a specific theme that you need to put, you can do that. We can also brand each photo. We can add logos, and then you come here, accept, and how many copies of this you want, say 1, and then within few seconds you'll have your photo.
It's printing.
Yeah, it's a photo that are printing, so the photo will be printed. Such a nice photo.
Yeah, it looks like I was talking about, so I was saying something, whatever it was, but it looks great. Maybe you can show us what else can we also access from here.
So for this is specifically made for photos because you see the screen even you can't see anything behind, specifically for photos, but we can customize. We can build anything around this, yeah.
So this is purely just for the photos.
Yes.
So right now we're standing here in front of this table. It looks just like a glass table. but actually it is a smart table. And Murtaz is going to tell us how the smart table actually works.
So this is like any other table, like you said, it's a glass table, but this is fully interactive again. So now this can be used, the case study would be like small meeting rooms where you don't need to go to a bigger screen and finish your meetings. Or if you're discussing some projects with your colleague. So we have two types of this. One is the single screen, but we have the other one as well, it has the dual screen. So both of you can screen, both of the screens you can know what the other person is doing or trying to show it to you. So even with the glass, this is fully waterproof glass. So you can have even your beverages here, placed here, and you're not worried about spilling off or even spoiling the screen because it has a protective layer glass on top of this. And then it works like just any other screen.
So who did you have in mind, putting something like this together?
Same again, it could be exhibitions. So when you go to exhibitions and you don't need bigger screens, or even like when you have tables and you're sitting and discussing some stuff, you can have this as an exhibition table and you have your products displayed here. So you don't need external devices, just plug here, play, and anyone can come to an exhibition, sit, and then peruse through your products or your services. But also offices. This could be at the reception counter and people don't need to, if they're waiting in a queue, they could be doing this. Or you can also add this for self-service kiosks. So you can add payment gateways here, people can come, self-service information from here, and then even do certain sort of payments from this and then get the services. So this is like any other self-dispensing, self-servicing kiosk. Yeah.
Okay, so is it in the market right now?
This, no. We have not even marketed this yet. We have not.
It's something that is still new.
Yeah. In terms of like we want to add a phone charging here, so you can wirelessly charge your phone. We want to add some multiple other speakers. There is a speaker. We want to add some other speakers, but also that we are focusing on few products right now. We are focusing on vending machines. We are focusing on queue management, and we are focusing on the teleconferencing. We actually use this at Sabah for one of the brands where they had games and people used to come and play games on this.
Wow. Okay.
We had rented them out and they were using them as to play games. Yeah.
And you're coming up with these innovations, but we're looking at the Tanzania market, the consumers themselves, the mindset. A product like this, do you think is something that they'll go out for?
It's very new. It's very new, but that's what I do. I'm passionate about building, building products. I'm passionate about changing perceptions and mindsets, building a habit. So if I'm the first one, it's good to be the first one into building that habit. So in the years to come, we've already established ourselves as being, innovative, different, and yet even being creative doing such things. Yeah, because in other parts of the world, these things do exist. It's just that we are not there yet. Yeah, but we will.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, so for something like this, you said you're still working on it. Some more tools to be featured in it. When do you think that you'll be done with it? You're taking your time, you said, but
yes.
but when do you think that you'd like to be finished with this?
Not now. I'm still working on the core products we have. Our team is still small. Still working on what we have in hand right now, and then once we are done with that, and it's really because as a business I need to focus as well on what is going to be the strategy for the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and how do we see ourselves, further, like in terms of the vision. So not currently within my plan. There are things that are already planned that I'm going to push, which one of them is conference room, self-dispensing, queue management. Those and customized solution, because we do let's not get out of the topic as well, because we do customized solution as well. Like that was how Imperial Innovation started. So you bring in your problem, we sort it out for you, and that's where the Smart Center idea came in. So Smart Center idea wasn't to actually display this. The idea was people to come in and say, you know what, I have this business and I have this problem. Can you sort that out for me? Not just the software, but we do both. We do hardware and software. That's the beauty. Yeah.
Looks like you're very ambitious. You're working 24/7, I think.
Yes, so it's a journey that I do.
As you said, you're very passionate about.
I'm very passionate about this, and I'm passionate about building stuff. I'm very passionate about changing habits, perceptions, It's not
Making life easier for everyone.
exactly. And to me, people think that it's about money. It's not even about money. It's more about I'm just passionate doing these things. And if it's about money, then money will follow if things are really working, you know. But that's the least in my mind right now. People see stuff and say, you're making. It's not about that. It's about improving things that we do. Even the other thing that I'm passionate about is putting Tanzania into a map as well. That there is a brand that can flourish one day as being one of the local brand, but in the electronic area. So even if you look at the logo itself and the name and the branding itself, it's very local and it's intriguing. No one would ever link a Maasai to a tech.
Exactly.
Yeah. So and why Maasai? Because I am passionate about their culture. I love their culture and how warriors they are, and in the way they live. They are fighters.
So you're a fighter.
I'm a fighter.